things on fire. I just got finished looking through my through the video and grabbing the pictures and uploading it as well. Pretty much a riddle master.
Enough chatter. Why are all the mushrooms in this orchard willing to become the subjects of the Sage Lord? How are we supposed to know? Because you're his clones, right? I remember him saying something like that. Alas, no wits in sight. The answer could never be that simple.
This is a fun guy.
How did you get that so fast?
It's a joke. It's funny. I would have said that ironically, and then it'd be the right answer.
Oh, it's that kind of riddle.
We're friends with Sino, baby. It's awesome. He's a fun guy.
Mushrooms! Of course! Hyman can't believe she didn't think of this possibility. Wait, does that mean everyone in Samaria?
No, just the one dude.
No, we just have a lot of experience with these kinds of jokes. Well, since you have proven your wits, I will now answer your question. The act of eating is not only a physical necessity, but also a sacred ritual.
That is definitely incorrect, but sure.
Mushrooms like us are the Sage Lord's intermediaries. Incinerating our flesh forges a spiritual connection between you and the Sage Lord himself. Oh, so that's why he can speak to us in our heads. So you're saying if we want to talk to him again, all we have to do is eat more mushrooms? No, wait, don't turn back into it! Eating is a sacred ritual. Maybe we need to perform some kind of ceremony with special tools or something. Oh, good thinking, Varesa. Let's try and ask the other mushrooms. Oh, but we should probably pick this one first since it's a green mushroom.
Yoink. Green berry shroom.
Hey, there are two fungi over there. Looks like they're discussing something.
Have you figured out how you're going to test the humans?
Of course! Any random question should do the trick. They don't look very smart to me.
Wow, cool! You green caps are so wise. Just like our Sage Lord. I'm so jealous.
Who's the
It's all progressing as expected. I know exactly what they're going to ask. Oh, please, please tell us how to conduct the ceremony. And I shall respond. Nothing in life comes for free. You have two choices. Answer a question about the stars and moon above, or the dark abyss below.
And they'll say, no, I'm stunned. I can't think anymore. Oh, my cap will explode into spores.
They're humans, idiot. They don't have caps or spores.
All right. Duh.
And then I'll say, you can't even answer the most basic of basic questions? Come back after you've studied for a few more decades.
Yeah. A few more decades.
Of course, they're so dense, it might actually take them that long to realize that. If eating is a ritual, then obviously the ceremony is the cooking.
I mean, obviously it's the cooking.
Did they just give us the answer? Who goes there? And you think we're the dense ones? Look in the mirror, buddy.
Look! A floating pale organism out of nowhere. My cap almost burst into spores.
No, wait, no, disappear! At least explain yourself first!
Well, we already got what we needed.
So,
sounds right. Uncle Atoli did say, when you cook this mushroom, the higher the heat, the better the fragrance.
Right! That was the case when you grilled them in the orchard, too. Heat really does release their flavor.
Maybe we'll see the Chase Doors 2 form. Sounds like a plan.
But we should probably explain the situation to Uncle Akado and the rest of the tribe first.
Good call. It's best for everyone to be prepared.
Oh, I couldn't even grab the mushrooms. Yeah, very interesting quest so far.
Okay, so it felt pretty normal in the moment, but hearing it back does sound kind of, ridiculous.
Yeah, science speaks volumes.
The mushrooms in the orchard are sentient. What a remarkable discovery!
Yeah, without your investigation, who knows what could have happened?
Thanks for looking into it, and for collecting all this information.
What a relief. I was worried it sounded like I lost my marbles.
It does sound far-fetched. After all, none of us have ever spoken to a mushroom. But we know you're not one to lie, Varesa. Besides, the origin of the green mushrooms has always been a mystery to us. Thanks to you, we now know something sinister could be going on. So, we should do our part to help.
Yeah, just let me know if there's anything I can do. Wow, that didn't take much convincing.
Thank you.
Oh, wait! You said the mushrooms needed to be cooked at high heat, right? I can do that for you right now. I'll be quick. Alright, I'm back. I used cast iron, so it should be hot enough.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Well, here goes nothing.
Wait, that's his voice.
Looks like you stumbled upon the right path. But this temperature does not demonstrate even a fraction of the sincerity I require. Did you really think some common stove could generate enough heat to earn the acknowledgement of the Sage Lord? Humans are such a disappointment. You can solve my riddles when the answers are handed to you on a silver platter, but as soon as there are no more hints, not a shred of intelligence in sight. Do try and use your brain this time.
How did it go? Did you hear the voice?
Annoying menace of a mushroom. The sage lord of fungi said the heat's still not high enough. Sage lord of nitpicking, more like.
So the only way to figure out his goal was to keep playing
Not
along.
high enough, huh? I guess that means we need a more powerful source of heat. Attention, everyone! We need items that can generate intense heat. Anything you can find. I'll see what I can do.
We can get the literal Pyro
Leave
Archon.
it to me.
We should take a look too.
Definitely. We're not super familiar with this area, though. Do you have any ideas?
Volcano.
Nothing concrete, but we could check around the volcano.
Or use the volcano. It's literally lava.
It spews out all kinds of stuff. Maybe there's something we can use.
Awesome! Let's go! Paimon's gonna find something scorching hot and then throw it at that stupid mushroom's face!
That's not actually trying to lead me anywhere specific. Grab this really quick. Whoop. And do that. And then let me wait for it to come back. Where are we going specifically? Oh, we're going over here. Okay, that's not far. I don't want to actually run there because it's just more fun to do so. Frick. And then she has her naturally fast running speed.
There should be some avatars of lava somewhere along this path. Their cores are really hot. It might be just what we need.
You know, when you think about how everyone jumped to help us like that, it seems like your tribe has been suspicious of the green mushrooms for a while.
Yeah, but without you, we would have never gotten this far. I mean, tons of people have tried that mushroom without a weird voice talking in their head.
Right. So, even if you wanted to investigate, you had nowhere to start.
Yeah, this opportunity was a long time coming. Plus, the Sage Lord's arrogant attitude definitely triggered my tribe's competitive spirit.
Said competition seemed to be a thing here.
Varesa doesn't seem competitive most of the time, though.
Well, I don't really like fighting or competing, to be honest. Simple day-to-day happiness is what matters to me. Still, I've learned a lot from Kojian-san. She taught me that strength is a means rather than an end. We get stronger so we can use our strength when it counts. Like during the Abyss invasion. Having the training to master my vision meant that I could do something to stop it. So, no matter how scared I feel, I know I have to be brave. Because people are counting on me.
One of the things I really like about that one so far is that it's much bigger on the whole visions outside of the normal characters thing. Because you can see that with the fact that I think this is the nation that has the highest like vision per capita number. Because like we see a lot of characters that aren't like the main characters with visions, way more than any other in any other regions. I think we had only nations I could think of where it's been where we've seen other characters has been one in Sumeru, which was Rana, and then the ones in Inazuma, and that's it.
Thanks. It's a work in progress. I can only hope that one day I can be as brave as Lady Fiatena. Alright, we should keep looking. Looks like we can make... Avatar of Lava pushed it down. Come on,
Okay.
let's charge.
Oh wait. Oh man, this isn't mine. God damn it. I was hoping it was gonna be my own. Oh well. Well, at least she does more damage than mine, but I like using my own characters. I really wish that was a thing you could actually click to like deactivate. Where's my non-Gen Rage second ones? There we go.
Done and dusted. This core should be perfect. Look, the phlogiston inside it is still active.
Oh, let's see.
A few more chunks like this and we should be good.
Yeah. I can't even... What? I have to use solo fucking Varesa? Really?
Careful! 3 avatars of lava ahead. Justice o'clock.
That shouldn't be an issue. What the?
What
Oh.
is that? It looks like a giant weasel thief.
Ow.
Is there a great Cohen weasel thief or something?
We call it a furnace shell mountain weasel.
Can I get you on the ground, please?
Aggressive, so be careful.
What a great haul! A bunch of seeing eyes, and this thing the weasel used to spew out fire.
I think that's its back armor. It shoots out phlogiston, so it can pretty much attack from all directions. My dad told me about them once. Creatures that live in the volcano. I can't believe we actually ran into one.
I've run into a few. They're kind of annoying.
This armor might produce even higher temperatures than the seeing eyes. We'll get those mushrooms super hot this time. Oh, well, even though I don't like fighting, sometimes you don't have a choice. So, I've tried to figure out a bunch of different ways to get myself in the zone. For example, I've read a lot of stories about heroes, and my favorite hero has always been Fiatenna. Fiatenna's most iconic feature was her mask. So, I decided to make one just like hers. So now, whenever I wear the mask, it's like there's a little piece of her with me. If I want to honor her legacy, I have no choice but to be brave. At the same time, though, I guess it's kind of like a crutch.
Oh, you really think so?
Something to feel ashamed about.
I feel like I need to take it off one day and face things alone. But the longer I put off taking that step, the more impossible it feels.
Yeah, you had the courage to make that decision. And that's what adventuring is all about.
Oh,
Besides, Paimon thinks you're doing a great job.
thanks for believing in me, you two. And I won't give up. Not until I can face things on my own. After that pep talk, I feel like my appetite is back in full force.
You're hungry already? Paimon hasn't even finished digesting her last meal.
Come on, let's head back to the tribe. You'll earn that mushroom's recognition this time for sure.
Oh, thank God I'm not using the other version. Oop. I am to this stuck.
We're back, and we found a bunch of stuff to use.
Great. We're almost done with the preparations at our side, too.
I've managed to get these iron chunks red hot. We should be good to go.
Yeah, and since we need really high temperatures, I brought the best stove I could find.
And I got a bunch of buckets of lava on standby if we need more fuel.
If we're gearing up for a fight, not cooking a few mushrooms.
But the things we brought aren't your typical cooking utensils either.
Well, that mushroom started it, right, everyone? Disrespecting Varesa and her guest of honor.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of excuses it can come up with this time. Thanks for the help, everyone. It really means a lot.
All right, let's see what we have here. Huh? The armor of a furnace shell mountain weasel? Don't tell me you went into the volcano.
No, it erupted out of nowhere, and then the weasel appeared, and then, well, anyway, we got this in the end.
Either way, this is something special. Back when I was training to be a chef, I I studied the effect of temperature on different ingredients. This kind of armor produces intense localized heat. It's great for fish because you can get a nice sear on one side without overcooking the other. Anyway, let's get started.
All right, let's go.
Nice. What you all should do is make a death laser with a mirror.
So much more intense. And what's with this weird mist? Wait, no. Something's not right.
Oh, okay. We're hallucinating. Yep, we're hallucinating. There it is. It's shrooms. It's time to hallucinate. Oh god, is it stuck? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, we're definitely hallucinating.
Where are we? Where did everyone go?
I have no idea. We just showed up here.
Is something wrong?
That's a cuddle.
I know it's hard to see through this mist, but aren't you here at the tribe with the rest of us?
So you didn't feel anything strange?
What are you feeling?
Hmm.
Because you are the only worthy devotees, of course.
It's just another tiny mushroom.
Evil jerk of a mushroom, so this is what you look like.
He does look a bit more evil than the other mushrooms we met.
I am no longer concerned with your insolence. On the contrary, I am satisfied with your performance. So, as promised, you shall have the answers you seek. Of course, I have a goal of my own. Let me reiterate once more. The great sage lord of fungi, that would be me, is extending you the honor of becoming my subjects.
The only way anyone's serving you is on a platter.
Now, don't be hasty. It's inadvisable to speak in absolutes. You refuse only because you have yet to witness my miracles. Cherish this opportunity. It may not come again.
It's crazy that the mushroom stuff is happening in a completely different region than when they were introduced.
As you know, Tivat is not a peaceful place. The gods wage war against one another. Monsters roam the land. Humans live in squalor. But then, humanity discovered me and learned that I could grant them unlimited power to fell even the most fearsome of enemies.
If we want to become strong,
What? What is?
Those monsters are no match for me.
And so, the humans worshipped me as their savior. And in return, I revealed my identity as the Sage Lord of Fungi.
You really expect us to believe that?
Such arrogance! Take that back and apologize before I lose my temper.
I mean, those monsters really don't look that scary. Not the kind you'd need a miracle to defeat, anyway.
You insignificant mortals boast of strength.
Oh, we're gonna fight the big mushroom? Oh. Ah, stupid trial things! Get onto the ground, you bitch! I fucking hate those flying bitches every time.
You see? You ate a fair amount of my clones, and now look what you can do.
Huh. Weren't we insignificant mortals?
I'll admit, you're not entirely useless, but my miracles are even greater than you can imagine.
No, just another cryptic one-liner and another disappearing act. It's gotta be a mushroom thing at this point. Well, what should we do?
Yeah, let's go. I think he's trying to tell us a story, although I'm not sure if I like the plot.
I hate trial characters, goddammit. This is why I really liked, I really like the way that Star Rail does it, where they give you the choice of using the story character. Unless it's on a specific fight, like Fantelia, where you have to use Story Jingyuan, because he's another loose condition.
bestow upon them an endless source of sustenance.
Where are you going on
Food
about?
is a scarce resource. A faith that provides for the needs of the flesh is the most practical and noble of all. And as my subjects gave themselves in service, either as civilians or warriors, I rewarded them with mushrooms in proportion to their contribution. The most exceptional among them could receive as many as 20 mushrooms a day. What are you insinuating?
Well, it's possible people couldn't afford to be picky back then.
Yeah, but now even Saurians have more options than that.
Sustenance and strength. Such are the pillars of faith. So what do you think? A pretty enticing offer, wouldn't you agree? Once you become my subjects, all you have to do is build a civilization dedicated to...
That-
What do you mean? What happened next?
Right. If the humans dedicated themselves in service to you, then shouldn't you have your own tribe at this point? Or even your own nation? But I've read a lot of woven scrolls about the heroes of Natlan. And I've never come across anything about some kind of mushroom savior.
Of course not. I was in a different nation at the time. I don't...
Yeah, and we didn't hear anything about a mushroom civilization.
I never said it was Sumeru. I have no idea where that assumption is coming from.
Oh, like you're just from Sumeru. Your buildings from your vision support that too.
A trivial detail. You know what? You don't deserve to know what happened next.
You don't deserve our faith either.
If you want us to respect you, stop being so secretive.
True. If we don't know how the story ends, it doesn't hold much weight now, does it?
All right, fine. Same rules as before. If you want the truth, you'll have to use your wits to earn it. If you fail to prove your worth, good luck getting another detail out of me.
He ran off.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
He jumped down from here. So it looks like there's something wrong, Traveler?
Something off about his motive.
that's how I feel too. Based on his personality, if he won't tell us how things turned out in the end, it must be because it's not something he can brag about. Besides, how did he even get from Sumeru to Natlan? Seems like he's avoiding that subject too.
Well, to be fair, Natlan is right next to Sumeru, but yeah. Well, Natlan is next to Sumeru, but I get the only part of Sumeru that's next to Natlan is the desert. And the desert, being the biggest part, also has no mushrooms in it. Well, actually, no, it occasionally has mushrooms, but usually not many.
Through it all, he still hasn't given up on recruiting us. Even though he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah. He seemed pretty annoyed with our questions. Why not just kick us to the curb?
But why?
Keep an eye out for clues along the way.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, what? Oh, huh?
Catch me if you can. If you can figure out which way to go, of course.
Oof. Absolutely insufferable. Come
Ew.
on, let's find him.
Woo. Super high up.
Leave this to me. I'll clear a path for you.
I don't have any phlogiston, which sucks. I used all of mine getting here.
I think we can get these mushrooms to form a path. We just need to wait for the right timing.
Get load of this.
Don't worry about me. I've got this.
Whee! Yeah, they gave us infinite phlogiston, which is really good.
A dead end?
Jump up. Let it give us a ride.
I love these things. secret source dragons. These things are really cool.
All right, this should be good. Get ready and jump.
I'll be honest, jumping on it should make us fall backwards, but I know the game's not coded that way. It'd be cool if they had like actual wind relativity physics like that.
Backed into a corner, huh?
We've got you this time.
Well, that hurt, you know. You humans have such violent tendencies.
How did we lose him?
Not again. Although I think I pulled something off of him.
A ball of mist. Oh no, it's spreading. Ah, they're gonna eat us. Eat us.
Ungrateful humans. At this rate, I won't have any clones left. The more my clones are consumed, the less power I have. My power is all but spent, but it was still enough to control a single human. Now all of Samaro knows how scrumptious my mushrooms are. And if I want it to happen fast, I need suitable environmental conditions. You! Take me somewhere hot.
Yes, my lord.
Ah, okay.
Is this the place, human?
Yes. This is a volcano in a land far to the west. The temperatures here get very high. It should be a most suitable location for your lordship to regain his strength. I shall now find a good place to plant you, my lord, so that your mycelial majesty may take root in this fertile land.
Yes, proceed. Huh? An earthquake? No, a volcanic eruption.
So that's how it ended. No wonder you tried to hide it from us. It's pretty embarrassing.
I thought he said people formed communities around this mushroom and used it as their main source of food.
Yeah, but it looks like his following got too big and he couldn't keep up with the demand.
Huh. He used the mushrooms as his main recruitment tactic. But then the situation got out of control.
The power is proportional to the number of
Which
clones he
means
has.
the more mushrooms the humans ate, the less powerful he became, right?
Wow. So his following didn't last long.
Nope. Which explains why there aren't any records about some kind of mushroom civilization. In the end, he mind controlled a human to bring him to Natlan and then got buried under a pile of volcanic rocks.
Yeah. When we were talking to him earlier, he seemed kind of, out of touch.
Well, he has been living under a rock, so that checks out. But clearing out this area for your orchard finally allowed him to start regaining his power.
Yeah, that sounds right. My parents always thought it was so weird that mushrooms kept popping up around the orchard no matter what we did. Well, it makes sense. Wait, but if everything we saw is true, that means this mushroom has mind control powers or something?
Hold on. Do you remember what he showed us? A group of humans worshipping a giant mushroom. It just doesn't make sense. They must have been mind controlled, but when he started running out of power, he couldn't keep it up.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he doesn't seem to be able to control
I understand
us.
now why it has to be us.
Why?
Let's find on the way. I need to catch him to confirm my theory.
Alright, then let's find this mushroom.
I have some ideas as well in my head, but I don't know to see if it's right. Bro, they could do like a top-down or a side look game. I don't know how to call it, but like a game like this, like a platformer, and they could do it so well. I really want them to do that in the future.
Oh, the environment changed again.
Like,
Nothing can phase Paimon at this point.
Let's keep
like
looking.
their top-down
Can't
stuff.
hide forever.
From top-down, their attacks also like work really well. Like they could absolutely make a banger top-down game, both top-down and sideways, because like they're just the style of their attacks works so well on both profiles. Oh well.
So you made it this far. Impressive. In that case,
Wait, he hid himself in the statue. What should we do? Actually, that checks out. We're just gonna smash it, right? Cool. We've got you this time, nasty mushroom. We know all your schemes.
You try hiding them a bit better next time.
You were just a mushroom that happened to taste good. Well, now we know how dangerous you are.
huh, it would seem you're not completely devoid of intelligence. Fitting for my future subject. Did you think I was running away because I was scared? Well, this is a world of my creation. My will rules supreme. My schemes have been exposed, you say. No matter. My goal has already been achieved.
Huh? What?
Although I prefer to call myself the Sage Lord of Fungi, in the human tongue, I am known by another name. You now behold the god Bifrons, the sole protagonist in this endless carnage!
So you're a god?
Indeed, foolish, shallow, and ungrateful humans! Have you forgotten your savior during this time of war? I am the god who's protecting countless of your kind during this Archon War. You have no food in which to satiate your hunger, no means with which to counter the hordes of monsters. Just one word, and you could have had my protection. But now, no matter. My plan has already succeeded. What you saw when you cooked the mushrooms was not mist, but spores. And that's where their true power lies. Because, given a bit of time to grow, green mushrooms will multiply exponentially. You see, considering my current level of power, I had no way to create large number of clones. Unless, of course, I had access to a source of extreme heat, and you delivered one to me on a silver platter.
So, you kept running away from us because you needed to buy time?
Precisely. Before long, the green mushrooms will multiply at an unstoppable rate. Then, I shall reclaim my dignity and status as a god, achieve victory in the Archon War, and take revenge on Sumeru.
You know that the Archon War ended like I think it was 2,700 years ago. It's been almost 3 millennia since then.
You have no concept of time, do you? Newsflash, the Archon War is old news, buddy.
Nonsense! Is all I hear in this land is war of this and war of that. If you fear the Archon War,
Pretty sure they're talking about the war against the Abyss.
huh?
The Archon War? I guess I've heard about that once or twice, but only from Outlanders.
Ha! I see what's You know, my original plan was to imprison you here until once nothing is left of this land but an endless field of mushrooms. I'll set you free. You get the honor of witnessing that despair in person. Now, I was going to offer you a glimmer of hope by allowing you to pledge yourselves to me and take on the burden of managing my kingdom. But now, the deal is off.
It was an empty deal from the
What
start.
did you say?
We weren't chosen because you saw something of us. We were your only option.
Explained everything. The only reason I could hear you is because I've eaten so many mushrooms over the years.
Yeah, and Paimon ate a whole bunch during the competition. Paimon's small, so it didn't take as many mushrooms.
And I happen to have a special constitution, which made it easy to hear your voice.
Most people would have to eat a monstrous amount of mushrooms to even hear you over the buzz of a mosquito. So you latched onto us as a group of people who can actually hear your voice. In other words,
You're too weak.
You said your mushrooms need time to grow, which means you don't have enough power to keep us here.
I may not have my former strength, but keeping a few humans right where I want them is a small task. longer
Oh,
as
that's easy.
vicious and powerful as the Jade Plume Terra Shroom, because you definitely can't.
Forget about it.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, if he was telling the truth, we need to get back to the tribe as soon as possible.
No, 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 no! You must be bluffing! A few measly humans could possibly be that powerful. And what's this about a war against the abyss?
Paimon's not gonna waste one more word on this guy. Let's go.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. There's the mushrooms.
What should we do?
Worried? Ha ha ha! Don't be. It's just a few mushrooms. A Tully!
It's cooking time.
Ready to feast!
Huh? She's like, what the fuck's happening? Time to eat. Yum, yum, yum. Harvest season is here. This is the best cutscene ever. Just sitting her down. Yum. Wait, that actually looks so fucking good. I want to eat. So time to shine, Varesa. Ah, Sarah's still not here. Yum, yum, yum. Where's your appetite, Varesa? Come here. Why is she so slow right now? So she's just eating them all.
More, please.
That's so adorable. Give them all to her.
Guess it's time to dig in.
The Fatui.
Stop this at once! Huh?
That's a baby Tonkosaurus. That's so adorable.
What a great meal.
And with that, we took care of all the green mushrooms.
In an instant.
Now, care to tell me what happened earlier? It was lights out for all three of you.
Yep. A bunch of shit.
Someone planted a god in Varesa's orchard, and she's been eating it ever since.
Yeah, we know not every god that's still around is super strong, but this one reached a whole
New low. That's kind of insane. Can't imagine the bar getting any lower than that.
So, didn't we have his facts all wrong? He kept going on about some kind of Archon war.
Ah, well, Natlan was never part of the Archon War, so it rarely comes up around these
Yeah.
parts. It makes sense that you don't know much about it, Varesa.
Whoa, hold on. Are you serious?
Of course. The infighting between the dragons pretty much took over everything. So, there was no room for the gods
That,
to
you know what? That makes sense.
Yep, that checks out. Living under a rock all those years, Mushroom God wakes up, thinking it's still the Archon War, and tries to use that to convince people to worship him.
Little did he know, our lives are much better now than in the Age of the Dragons.
So what do we do now? It can't be easy to slay a god.
Guess it's back to business as usual. As long as we keep picking the green mushrooms, that god is just a tasty mushroom at the end of the day. Actually, Traveler, can I borrow you for a minute?
Sure.
Alright, here's good. So, it's not anything super important. I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your encouragement gave me the courage to investigate the green mushrooms and helped me resolve a threat to my tribe. And maybe this sounds weird considering everything, but it was a really awesome adventure. I had fun.
It's an adventure I'll remember for a long time.
Why's that?
You got the chance to shine as a hero.
You're right. I never thought my appetite would save the day.
Yeah.
It's pretty surreal.
said, all it takes is a little patience and perseverance, and my time will come.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was trying to think of what reason the mushroom would think that there was like no food, but it's because all the way back in the Archon War, shit was bad. Like the Archon, we don't really ever see anything of what happened during the Archon War, but we know shit got desperate in a lot of places. Like the only nations and places that was able to like, take ground and not be as bad as the others was Liwa, mainly because Liwa had already been established for 3 previous millennia. Because I believe Liwa is currently the longest standing nation, which makes sense when you consider the fact that it's based on directly on China, which is like one of the oldest nations on the planet.
If I start to doubt myself in the future, all I need to do is think of this experience and everything I've learned along the way.
You got this.
You too! Akata was saying that since a scholar from Sumeru warned the tribe about the mushrooms, someone there must know about the mushroom god. Should we go check it out? Couldn't hurt to get more information.
Oh, good point. But if we're heading to the academia, I need to get permission from Uncle Cottle first.
Right. And it's not a quick trip. We have to cross the whole desert.
And we have the Adventurers Guild. Who knows? Maybe there's a Sumer Scholar in that one right now.
Let's check it out.
Probably. Those fuckers are everywhere. They are never in their own region. It's hilarious. Oh wait, no, I have to walk all the way over to there. I'm not doing that. um, I like walking around within certain areas, but I'm not doing it. I'm having to go all the way back to the stadium. Oh, Tainari! Buddy, how are you?
Word from the speaker's chamber was that an Omerta scholar happened to be conducting research in the area. So they helped me to get in touch.
It's been a while, you two. So you're the ones looking into the Sage Lord of Fungi?
You're an expert, so you must know all about him, right?
Of course. If he was the Emerta Darshan, his case is a well-known part of ecological history. His power is tied to his number of clones, so at one point he possessed a truly fearsome form, but as his clones diminished in number, he got smaller and smaller until he couldn't hold them to physical form at all. And so he became impossible to track. Scholars could only keep tabs on him by monitoring what remains of his clones. Now I'm learning his true form fled to Natlin.
Yeah, the mushrooms started popping up in our orchard not too long ago.
From what I've heard, he has very few clones right now, so there's nothing to worry about. Feel free to use the mushrooms as you see fit. They're really delicious. Of course, in the interest of research, I would prefer to send a few scholars from Udarshan to monitor the situation every so often. What do you say? I wanted to get your permission before submitting a formal request to the Speaker's
Of
Chamber.
course, you're welcome anytime. That's a huge help, actually. I wanted to ask, though, you said what remains of his clones? Does that mean there are clones outside of Netland? Even now?
Oh yes, there's a huge one beneath the chasm. Oh! Oh shit! The big ass mushroom! Holy shit, I forgot about that! Holy fuck, that was like 3 years ago.
You know that name?
Yeah, Paimon calls it Sheesh Room. It's absolutely huge. Way more impressive than the puny Sage Lord.
It took a long time for Zamoran to grow into this form. Luckily, Zamoran isn't a green cat mushroom, so there's no danger to us. And I believe its mind has been separated from the mushroom god for a long time. I doubt there's any connection between them
We should go
anymore.
see Zamarin one of these days.
Ooh, I'll come. It'll be nice to interact with a friendly mushroom for once.
Friendly is right, so this one is definitely not for eating.
I would never.
She can, though. You know what? I'm willing to go all the way to Samaran right now. I just need to remember exactly where it is. It's fucking crazy. That is hilarious. Holy. Alright, let me go back to the orchard real quick. See if there's anything over here if I come back. And luckily, Banana lets us in. Yeah, now there's just the mushrooms that show up randomly. Okay, let me go down to the chasm and actually see if I can find Shamran. I don't remember where Shamran is. Hold on. Let me search it up. It's gonna be in one of the green areas. I just don't remember which one because there's a bunch. Oh, and of course, even the profiles changed now on the wiki. Let me find the location. Okay, it's down here. Okay, that's easy. Oh yeah, it's here. This. It's in one of. This would be one of the water areas because, well, it's a giant mushroom. It still needs water. There it is. Big mushroom. Okay, here's the big mushroom. I forget if we can actually talk to it or not. I don't remember. I don't think there is. But yeah, this is the big mushroom. I'd forgotten about this. It has been so long since I've really been down here. I do a bunch of exploration because I'm not really high in this area percentage wise. But it'll take a while to truly explore this entire place again. But yeah, this is the big ass mushroom. Oh, cool. This is in here now. Does Varesa show up in here? Yep. Yeah, as you do more stuff, characters show up. Okay, yeah, so everything I have done shows up in here. Weirdly enough, Auron is in here, even though I've never actually done anything with him. Or at least, I don't think I think I just didn't finish it, which is why they show up. But based on these words, it doesn't make any sense. So I have no idea. Anyway, cool. Oh yeah, and I completed this, so I get free stuff. I should have just done this for the rest of these. Well, at least I can level her up. She's at 90 now. I have to wait till next week to grab these. Okay, cool. Well, that's the entire quest done. And go back to this. I love that I can actually teleport to this thing. Oh yeah, and she shows up in this menu now. Oh, Harvest Spoon. Very cool. Now she should show up in this menu as well. Yeah, she shows up right there. That's cool. Yeah, now I have two of them finished. I have Kenich's and Varesa's. The two characters that I actually play. This one should be Mualani, and I imagine this one is... I'm pretty sure this is Kachina, but it could be Shalonen. This one should be Chaska, because she's the only character that was released. And this one should be... It's either Auron or Silale. Probably Auron? I can't remember. I have no idea. Cool. Huh, and that's right at 55 minutes. Cool.